Hey guys, MA Fish Guy here, coming at you with a new and improved DIY beta fish divider for a tank, or even just your normal fish tank divider. Now, what's nice about this divider is it can be used for all sorts of different size tanks. The ones I'll be using it for are 20 longs right here for my betas eventually, and I like it. It's a little bit more new and improved. There's some things that I fixed in it to kind of address some of the concerns that were out there. But the first one that I had done in a previous video was using the plastic canvas mesh and binder clips. But the only problem with that is it can be a little bit messy because sometimes you have to add silicone to the glass to hold it in place. And you have to remove that, you have to let it dry, you have to let the tank sit empty, all that kind of fun stuff. And even sometimes then if it's not silicone right, it can still move. The next method was putting suction cups on each side of it, but by the time you bought suction cups to put on each corner of each four sides, it just became, the money wasn't worth it. You might as well just go buy one off the store with the metal clips and all that kind of stuff. But the DIY is nice because, like I said, it's using household things around the house or going to a home improvement store and tinkering with things to make it new and improved. So what I've kind of come up with is a different kind of strategy when it comes to using these DIY dividers for beta tanks and fish tanks, using a couple different things. Now, I'm still sticking with the egg carton or the light diffuser, whatever you call it, that's what it is. But this is what you need. You can get this at a hardware store like Home Depot or Lowe's for like $14 for a huge panel of it. I actually made it's probably 8 or 9 dividers just out of that $14 piece. So it's well worth it if you have a lot of tanks to do. It's perfect. So, like I said, I'm still using this, and in previous things, I've been using the black canvas mesh. But as you can see, you can still see through it. That has a benefit because then you have your filtered water still running through, you still have water movement, you still have the heater not basically being sectioned off. Some people use panels of plexiglass or glass, but that can divide the tank and not let any water flow or any heat, and you have to heat each individual section of it. So what I kind of came up with is people were also concerned with, well, the betas can see each other, that's going to stress them out. So I went back to the drawing board a little bit. I'm like, what can I do that's not going to cost an arm and a leg by using many sheets of this, because this is $4 for a sheet of 6 of them here. They're 10.5 inches by 13.5 inches. So to wrap this around to make sure that they can't see each other, it can get quite costly after a while. So like I said, I have a lot of fish tanks to do. So I want to make sure that I'm saving money on this, but still getting the effectiveness and the sturdiness and the rigidness that the fish can't swim through, they can't see each other, but then you can still let the water movement through and all the heating and stuff like that. So went to Home Depot and got this. It is a 36 inch by 84 inch pet resistant screen. Now this is just, there's nothing harmful on it. It's just extra durable mesh for your screen doors. There's no chemicals on it. There's no additives to it or anything like that. I scoured this package and everything, looked up a couple of different specs on it and everything like that, and nothing harmful. So is I took, still taking the PVC or the egg light diffuser, and basically I took this mesh and cut it lengthwise, and actually was perfect because I was able to fold this. So technically this is wrapped around this, the one layer right here, you have a second layer and a third layer. This is still letting water through, but yet you can't see, and if you can, it's very little. So the betas can't see each other through this. If it is, it's hard to make out what it is, so it's not stressing these guys out as much. Like I said, the only thing you can see is a shadow and then the actual egg carton behind it. And then even when you come from this side, it's just a shadow again. So nothing major, they can't see each other. Like I said, if you use just the mesh and that, you can still see through this. You can see the difference. You can barely see this, but you know this is there. And then what I do also is I let the overhang a little bit on this. So after cutting the egg cartons to what you need to fit, I let it overhang just a little bit. What this allows me to do is when I slide it in, it allows for basically like a buffer. So depending on what side you slide in or anything like that, it allows this part to kind of, fold in and create the seal nice and tight. So that way it's not moving. It allows you to basically just shift it, and it almost locks into position, which is great. So the last part of it is, how do I secure it to it? So the unsightly thing is write that down there, zip ties. You just do a zip tie in each corner, make sure it's super tight, and even if you do a little lax in it, it's not going to hurt anything. Like so this one, you can see there's a little bit of a bump right there, but no big deal. So this is how I do this. It's really cost effective, easy to make. So if you guys have any questions, let me know, leave them down below. Check out the rest of my videos, and I'll have more videos coming soon. So thank you guys for watching. Check out my website, mafishguy.com.